you guys. So, for those of you that don't know, my name is Shaye, and I am the owner of Popcorn and Tequila, which is a entertainment blog, and I'm also the co-owner for Popcorn and TaterTots.com, which is the family blog. This is my other co-owner.
Hi, Maya.
This is Sariah. I don't know why she's so quiet all of a sudden. But so today we're gonna be talking about. Do you want to tell them what we're gonna be talking about? Say it.
Today we're going to be talking about a cooking show that's called Be Our Chef.
Okay, so Be Our Chef is a Disney Plus show, and it's a new cooking competition for families. And so we're going to be talking about that show because it's one of our favorite shows that we just recently found and watched. We watched the entire thing. My child has cried because of the show, and she's never cried over a competition before. You see her face. She's never cried over a competition before, but this didn't make her cry, and we're going to tell you probably why. Well, we probably won't because I don't want to spoil it, but she did cry. We also...
We have a special guest.
Okay.
The Platt family.
So if they're ready, we're going to bring them into the chat right now so we can talk to them today. You guys are ready?
Oh.
Hello. Hi, you guys.
How are you?
How are you guys?
Good.
We're doing great.
Good. Okay, so I haven't told them anything about you guys yet. So you guys can go ahead and introduce yourself and tell us a little bit more about you.
Awesome.
So my name is Michael. I am the youngest child.
How old are you, child?
I'm 14 years old.
Oops. My volume was down. Sorry, y'all.
So I'm Gabriel. I'm 15 years old, and yeah, I'm Gabriel Platt. Go ahead. Ladies first.
I'm Danita, and my age is my business.
So I know.
I'm just gonna say, hey guys.
I'm Demario. I'm 34, and my wife is.
Stop
it.
If you know what 5 plus.
Okay, go ahead. Go ahead. Tell all the years.
Okay, so can you guys tell us a little bit about how you guys started getting cooking?
Yeah, awesome. How we started getting cooking?
So we started. Well, I guess we've just been cooking our entire lives. I guess I started cooking as soon as I could reach the little the counter. So I've been cutting mushrooms for my mom. I've been able to make I remember one of the first things that we were cooking were eggs in the microwave. So yeah, that's I guess we've just been cooking our entire lives.
Yeah. Yeah, and also if our mom wants us cut up I don't know.
Anything.
Yeah, anything. We would use a butter knife or something like that.
Yes. As soon as they were tall enough to reach anything,
right.
Get in here and let's get going. Exactly.
Right.
So for me, I was born, and then I was married, and then I was a chef. So my mom is from this. Our family is DC based. Our entire family is pretty much DC based. But my mom did grow up in the South because my grandfather was a military guy. So they ended up down South. So my mom grew up in the South. So she had a lot of Southern cooking mentality. So I would probably say I started really cooking in high school, but I was always helping as a kid. She would always tell me, throw the oxtail in there, go check the chitlins and all this, stuff.
Just smell it too.
Yeah, I can literally smell it right now.
You too?
When you start
Mom?
Oh. Gosh, I think I've always been cooking. I did the boys like my mother did me. As soon as I was old enough, I was setting the table and getting the napkins. And everybody knows when you go to family dinner at my mother's house, the younger kids, what do y'all do?
We set the table or clean, wash the table.
Wipe everything down, get the ice, right? So I kind of started just like that, right? All that. And then I probably got my hands in a pot probably around middle school age.
See, she started about 2 years ago
Yeah.
because she was watching MasterChef. She was like, I want to learn how to cook so bad, and I'm just like, okay, go learn. So she started cooking just a few years ago because I didn't start learning until recently. Yeah. So as soon as I started learning, I started teaching her, so she didn't have to grow
everybody
up.
can go, right?
How'd you guys find out about the show?
You want to answer that, Mike? Oh, I'll answer it. So, Michael has an Instagram, Michael's Desserts, because he was on another show.
Right.
And I checked his inbox on Instagram, and the casting production company had sent the information and said, hey, you know, Michael's interested, and, you know, and y'all are interested, us being his accessories. You know, there's this family cooking show. And so I took it to Mike and said, what do you think? You want to tell people what you thought?
So I was like excited to do the show, but I didn't like want to do it. It was only going to be me. So since my entire other family was in it, then I was very excited to do the show.
Very excited. Yeah.
Because I'm the one that really is the secret behind his mastery. When I'm around, I'm able to slide that Bruce Lee wisdom in there.
You see what we dealt with in the kitchen.
I know, we're going to talk about it in a few questions. Don't worry. That's why I put that question right in there on purpose. Okay, so what? Oh, well, we just discussed it. Michael wanted to do it, which is cool. Because I think we got an Instagram too, but it was for like a different show. And I was like, I only have one family member, and it's her, and she knows nothing about Disney. So, no help.
You know, I started watching Disney like 3 years ago.
I know, which is why it couldn't be no help.
I couldn't be helped.
All right, so how was the audition process for you guys, and was that hard? How does that work?
So like when we were auditioning, we were in this kitchen and they asked us to cook. They asked us to cook a lasagna, so we decided to cook a vegetarian lasagna. But like one of the I guess one of the many parts that comes with cooking in like this small townhouse kitchen is that like it gets really crowded when like all 4 of us are in here. So we decided to come up with a system like if somebody's cutting, then the other person is warming up the water or making the bechamel sauce for the lasagna. So that's basically what our system was to kind of like fit in and just show like what we're really passionate about.
And the producers
y'all were running a restaurant.
Cool. Yeah.
Yeah.
The producers were watching us on a Skype on like a phone or iPad or something and asking us questions. So we had to stop cooking and come over and talk. And it was quite the circus. So, but we did all right.
Yeah. And the reason we did vegetarian lasagna is because cheese is gross. And
these two don't eat cheese.
Yeah, that's why
I don't eat cheese.
hey, high five! High five! Don't
Yeah.
There we go.
We eat cheese.
These non-cheese eaters of the world unite.
Some of it.
Me too. It's like me too. It's like only like mozzarella cheese I eat for some reason.
Let me ask you a weird question. Do you only eat cheese if it's on pizza with toppings?
I just eat regular cheese pizza.
No toppings.
Oh.
Unless it's bacon. Unless it's the bacon one.
Bacon?
Yeah.
Bacon and barbecue sauce.
No, just bacon.
There you go. Set them straight. No, just bacon.
She was like, that don't even sound like it tastes good. Okay, so that brings us to what was your favorite family to compete against in Be Our Chef? Well, who was? Right.
So my favorite was probably the Wells family because they were like very fun to cook against in the kitchen, but also they made like an amazing dish. So it was also a challenge. It wasn't just like fun. It was also easy. It was also a challenge. So they're probably my favorite to cook against.
Who was your favorite?
My favorite was. Oh yeah, my favorite was the Perez. So like, while we were cooking, well, I thought that like I had a big role in the African.
You did.
Yeah.
High five.
I had to cook that delicious, perfectly cooked poached egg. But yeah, so I think that was their favorite because they were really close. Like their stuff, I mean their dish, it looks really good.
Yeah,
But
we turned around and we were like,
yeah,
it was gorgeous.
yeah.
It was gorgeous.
You said talking about the Perez family, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. When we turned around and saw that, oh man,
They were cooking
We were
behind
for
us on
sure-
that one.
Right, I
We were
remember.
done. Like we
Yeah.
thought we were gonna.
We turned around, we were like,
that was probably the only time, honestly, I was probably a little nervous in the whole competition. When I
was
turned around and saw it, I was
gorgeous.
like, "Hey!"
it was gorgeous. Yeah.
I wasn't shocked that we won, but I was shocked at the same time. 'Cause I was like, man, how do you beat that? How do you beat that?
Especially because our dish didn't have any meat in it, and theirs was meat central. So it's
Right.
like this beautiful like butterfly.
Especially
You know what I mean?
plate,
It's gorgeous.
Plate with the flour.
Right,
Yeah.
and the orchid was on it, and our
I
plate was like
remember.
vegetables, no meat. So
You get an egg. That's your protein.
you get an egg, enjoy your protein.
But it was good.
Yeah, the Merrill family was awesome. Also to cook with, I think my husband and Eric really hit it off.
Yeah, so me and Eric got to sit down and just, throughout the time, families were able to sit and just get to know each other. And Eric and I got to discuss, business and discuss our interest in different cuisines. And Eric is very well cultured in a lot of different cuisines, especially his ability to pronounce the accents or the accent of different foods. I'm like, go ahead, brother, school me. And
Yeah.
but I was like, man, if we go against them, I'm expecting like a lot, and they did. They brought a lot of great imagination to their dishes. I feel like they definitely connected a lot of their themes of their food to their challenges, especially when I was able to finally get to see the challenge that they did for Cinderella.
Oh yeah.
When I got to see what they were doing for Cinderella, I was like, man, when we see them for our competition with them was Frozen, right?
Yes.
I was like, man, they're going to probably bring a lot of imagination to that one too.
Yeah. The Robbins family was also fun because that was the pressure moment.
Yeah.
The producers are all running around before the cameras come on, and they're like, guys,
This is it.
it's down to the wire. This is it. It's go home, get it done or go home. Like they were really like amping us up, like both families, to like really like process the pressure of the moment. But cooking with them, and of course Olivia's adorable. She was running around all over the
Yeah,
place.
she became one of our.
We adopted her for
Yeah.
24
Yeah.
hours.
That's one of you guys.
She did.
Yeah.
She did. She got the coat and everything.
She did.
Okay, so do you want to ask that one since that one's yours?
What was your guys' favorite dish on the show to make on the show?
My favorite dish on the show
To make.
was the one we didn't get to make for the championship.
Of course, you would say that.
What was yours?
She wanted to know what that was too.
Yeah.
She asked that question.
You see that?
We might reveal that one day. Actually, no.
I mean, I think you can share because we had some time to talk about it. Because before we went to the last one, we knew we win this, we head to the next one. They had already told us in like a production meeting that it wasn't good. Like we didn't have a park to visit. Like there was, like for everyone, we saw a park first, and we kind of got inspired. We knew that wasn't the case. We could pull from anywhere. So, you want to talk about it, Mike?
So before we went on the show months earlier, Black Panther came out. So I got to make a Black Panther cupcake. So that was like an ombre purple blue with chocolate on it. So we're basically gonna do. Can I say?
Oh my.
Yeah, let's not just leave it there.
It was going to be a play on that. It wasn't going to be Black Panther, but it was going to be a play on that. Because we wanted to keep Black Panther for ourselves. But
Smart.
but if y'all go onto his Instagram or Facebook and dig deep into the archives, you'll find him holding two versions of a Black Panther, one of a Black Panther cupcake and a Black Panther cake.
It has a macaron on top. It's got gold leaf dripping on. It's gorgeous.
It's immaculate.
She's really type.
Oh yeah, I wrote it down, so I'm gonna scroll.
She's really gonna do this. Right after she's gonna do it.
Okay, so what is your favorite? You wanted to say it? Okay.
What is your favorite dish to make of all time?
Of all time, our favorite dish is a family to make of all time.
It could be either or, as a family or separately, just for you.
So I'll say it this way. There are two things. So I converted them into pizza disciples, right? So we love to make pizza and we love to eat pizza, but I converted them into pizza disciples.
Stop it.
So we love to eat pizza a lot. We do. We make our own pizza now at this point. We
I
really
do too.
Yeah, like 4 different
Do
ways.
you?
Yo, oh,
Yeah,
you gotta take
when
some
we first
pictures and
started,
see it.
I liked it. I got
We gotta swap recipes.
See?
Yeah,
There
we
you go.
have to.
And then we also do, I brought a dish from my mom that I love to make. I don't know if it's necessarily everybody's favorite, but everybody does like it. But it's unique because we have to create 2 or 3 different versions. So for me, the way I grew up on it, it's called beans and meat. It's a southern dish. I know it sounds weird. Like, say, what you saying? You just got meat and beans? Yes, just meat and beans.
Baked beans.
Baked beans, ground beef,
Syrup.
Jalapeno.
Sorry.
Well, we started doing the jalapeno thing, but originally it's syrup, brown sugar, brown mustard.
Brown mustard?
No.
No.
Yeah. See,
No mustard in that dish.
she don't listen to the teacher when the teacher talking.
Uh-uh.
So ground beef,
It's
syrup,
not
brown
shouting.
sugar, and you brown the meat. You mix it all together in one pot. Get yourself a biscuit, or get yourself
Some
like a
cornbread.
orange roll or some cornbread. But what we started doing is then we started differentiating because Gabriel doesn't like sweet dinner food.
No.
So we start,
I get it.
Go ahead.
No, he doesn't like sweet dinner food.
Things. I get
So
it.
we started making a spicy, savory version for him. Mike likes sweet dinner food, and Danita started doing other things with it too.
Yeah, I've done like a shepherd's pie kind of thing with it, where you put the cornbread on top, so you kind of have like one
Cool.
dish.
Yes.
So it's very versatile.
And delicious.
You gonna try that?
Maybe.
Maybe.
I did not like the ingredients.
She was like,
Babes,
I don't know.
I felt the same way first time I heard about it, so don't even worry
Mhm.
about it.
So
That's
where
like-
she at? She married me though. That was
See?
my first meal I ever cooked for her, and she look where she at.
Oh, did you? And you ate it? Because I would have been looking at him like, this is what? What is this?
But she liked it, you know.
She was so
Of
proud
course.
of it. So proud.
See? Don't worry. I think I eat what? Pasta and beans? Baked beans? And people look at me like, well, what are you eating and why are you eating this?
It sounds weird to me because I don't like beans. So.
But it tastes really good.
You don't like beans.
No, I don't.
She don't like nothing. It's okay. It's okay. I don't like anything either.
We're both picky. We're both picky.
Okay. Have you guys ever been to Disney World before the show?
Yeah, so we usually go about like once every 2 years. So we go like a quarter of like the main thing.
What?
We go with our grandparents, our uncle and aunt, and we usually go during spring break. But yeah, we go like once every 2 years.
That's nice.
And I think if that's still happening during like the pandemic, we might go for Christmas.
okay.
No more Disney World.
Don't jinx it.
I was actually
Haven't
looking
been
forward.
yet. Don't jinx it.
I was promised it twice.
Oh.
Yeah, she's gonna tell. She tells everyone this story about how she was supposed to go for her birthday for 2 different years and we never went.
Oh.
And then Corona came, and now she's still can't go. We'll get there
Well, you'll get
eventually.
there. It'll happen.
We'll get there. I
Maybe
think.
we'll see you guys there.
Maybe.
You know what you should do? You should go on a bean eating strike.
Okay, so as you guys have seen, that is really funny. And so we're going to talk about the silly comments he does during the show because he does the exact same thing during the show. And every episode he does it in, we sit there and we laugh and we laugh and we laugh because he'll say something and mom will look at him like, this ain't the time.
We are focused.
And it's funny because I'm the same way. So like I'm really, really silly too. So I say things at like the weirdest moments and it's just like funerals I've made jokes in, so it's
Oh my
just
gosh.
like, it's not the right time.
We're like you two. I'm like when she makes it at moment she's not. I'm like
Yeah, she doesn't like all my jokes. But are you this silly in the kitchen at home, Dad?
I am. I'm genuinely that way all the time. I mean, before I come in the house, when she's cooking dinner, sometimes when I come from work, I do sit down and get my stand-up comedy together. I'll come up with a couple of jokes to come up with in the house. And, you know, I choose them carefully. Sometimes I push the boundary on purpose to see how far I can go with her, you know. See how close we've gotten in our marriage.
He cuts
Of
up
course.
constantly. It's nonstop.
There's some times that she really look at me like, leave me alone.
Mm-hmm. I have those looks too. Like I saw it on the show and I was like, I know exactly why her face looks like this right now.
I'm like kicking him behind the counter, like, don't you show out. Don't cut up too much. But he did his thing, and he keeps me laughing. He definitely DeMario was that I can rely on him when I'm like stressing, and he's like to take that moment of Danita, all we doing is cooking, babe, and I'm like, you're right, we just cooking, we're fine.
Okay, so they mentioned Food Network before. One of you guys has been on Food Network. Which one?
That's me.
no, it was you,
All right, so can you tell us about your experience on Food Network, what show that was, all the details?
So I was on Kids Baking Championship. The season aired in 2018, but we filmed in 2017. So that was really, really, really fun. And that was actually like we were like around when I first started baking. So that was really fun. Like when I first started my business, I went on Food Network, and basically my mom posted pictures of me on Instagram, and then they, you know, like scouted me out on Instagram because of the pictures that she took of my desserts and put it on her Instagram.
Awesome. See, I keep telling you to take pictures for Instagram. You can be famous, but you don't want to be.
She does it to me too.
You don't want to be. Okay. See?
That's a mom's job.
Yeah. And she loves to bake and cook too. So.
I do. I really do.
I tell them all the time, I will take as many pictures as I want to take because it took me 40 weeks to get you here.
And then I say she can take 40 weeks worth of pictures.
No, I take all the pictures I want to take.
Yes, ma'am. And those are the pictures they look back on and they're like, oh, this is cute. I was so cute. But don't want to take the pictures. Okay, you do it all the time when you go through the pictures. Like, oh, this is me.
That's something.
All right. So do you see cooking in your future as a career?
So yeah, like almost all of the careers that I've thought about has been centered around cooking, whether it's cooking or baking or taking pictures of food. All of it has been centered around food.
Awesome.
She takes pictures of her food like a lot.
That's for Instagram.
Yeah,
for the gram.
But even if I cook it, she takes pictures.
For the gram. What? So you can go on Food Network for the gram. All right, just so you guys know, I see your comments. We're going to get to them at the end of this. And now we have a question for Gabriel, the artist of the family. How'd you get into art?
So I since I was like, I don't know, like I was drawing in my mother's stomach. In my mother's stomach. No. Like doodles. Like I've been doing that forever. But like, Dad,
son,
no.
I taught art. I taught you how to draw.
Alright, so you may have like taught me like some shading or something like that. But like my skill was developed very early on. But like when I started taking drawing seriously, that was like so in middle school I was bullied, and I decided to talk to my dad about it, and he told me that he told me to focus on my passion, which was drawing. So I did that, and I decided to create a storyline or create a comic about a character named Zach Dakota. And he's like a boy, and he's trying to figure out his powers because every superhero in my comic book universe, they get the powers at 14, but he didn't. So he's trying to figure out how to get his powers. So that's basically like where I started taking my drawing seriously, and yeah, like right now I'm just doing drawing classes, so I've come a very long way in being an artist.
And who's been the
I
editor?
knew he was gonna.
Who's been the editor in chief for those comics?
I don't know.
Oh, really? You don't know who the editor in chief is for these
I
comics?
think it's Professor G.
Sure.
G.
Yeah.
Sure.
That
The
name
editor
probably
in
on
chief.
every.
No. I think his first name starts with
like
G.
Mario or something.
Yeah, all right.
Yeah, something like that.
Do you still have those comics? Like, is it available for us
Yeah.
to see, to view?
Yes, so I have, like first, like I think like the first 4 volumes of Zach Dakota are on Instagram, but recently, where like I kind of did like a separate storyline, it's on Amazon. It's like
Ooh.
yeah, it's
She's
on Amazon.
really about to type to make sure she
Oh, the
doesn't
title is
have
the
to
Susan Hypnotic. What'd you
She's
say?
typing to do this after.
How do
so
you want me to remember
Amazon-
if I don't write it down?
I remember
On
it.
Amazon, just type in Gabriel Platt.
Yeah.
On Instagram, you find it at Gabriel Comic Official.
Okay, so I'll share those links as well in our blog post and later on so people can see it. Because
Thank you.
I know I used to work with kids and I've seen the whole
Yeah.
bullying aspect, and I wasn't bullied per se, but the comments in middle school is a lot sometimes. So I totally get that. And that would be totally cool for like other kids to see and to understand, like,
Yeah.
you put your passion into your work and not this bully, and you'll go far. So thank
Yeah.
you.
I
for
used
that.
to. For us, it was the other way around. I was helping her do drawing. I'm a little bit better than her.
Yeah, I can't draw.
Yeah.
I can.
It was the same way. It was the
She
same way
can't
for me
punish
and
her,
him.
I can. I can. Yeah, I can. I'm like in the middle.
No,
Yes,
not
I am.
at all. Nope.
Yes, I am.
Nope. You're just drawing skills for me. You
No,
can't draw.
I can't draw. I can draw.
So can we discuss the time you guys got put on time out? Because I don't think I've ever been so scared of watching a competition before, because when you guys watch it, they are put on timeout as they are cooking on the stove. And so their pot is on the stove and they have to literally walk away from the stove and pray nothing burns. And that is the worst moment to go on timeout.
But we saw that you guys were thinking about, while you guys were on top of it, you were thinking about how you're going to do it, and maybe for the next time, and you were thinking about how you're going to do this.
Right.
Right.
So-
Awesome.
So it was actually a very helpful moment for you guys, but also very wobbly movie.
Uh-huh.
Yeah. So the thing about it is, right, like you said, it's a very hopeful moment, but it's at the same time it's a very risky moment too, right? And I think for us, the reason it was a very hopeful moment is because of our attitude about it. We didn't know what our consequence would be for losing the garden game in that challenge.
Right.
But the great thing about it is that practice makes perfect in a way, right? So we cook together as a family at home, and our belief is that you stick to your strengths, right? You stick to what you are just greatly talented at. And obviously you take time to build on your weaknesses, but at the end of the day, stick to your strengths. And so when we had the time out, we didn't spaz out too much because that was our approach throughout the entire competition. Mike, you're gonna do this because you're great at that. Nita, you'll do this because you're great at that. Gabriel, you're gonna draw because your dad taught you very well how to draw.
I saw that
And,
comment. I'm not gonna lie.
And so when we got the time out, we didn't spaz out too much. It's like, oh my goodness, the risky thing was the thing that made us a little nervous was that, come on, I'm an athlete. Was that
You didn't want anything to burn up while you're in timeout.
Exactly. And it's like at home, you don't say, oh, we're gonna cook in less than an hour. At home, you're relaxing, you're playing music, right?
And you don't walk away for 3 minutes with the pot.
Right.
So, right.
Right.
Right. But we had made a great pace. We were at a great pace. And so when we walked away, we were at a point where we felt like, oh, we actually had some room to let that thing simmer a little bit.
As long as nothing got overcooked, because that would have been the worst if the vegetables and everything had gotten like pasty or something, you know. So
because
or if it had burned on the bottom.
Because
Right.
because you couldn't just start over because you would have limited time because you got a timeout.
Exactly.
So you can't start it all over.
Yep. That hour goes by like that.
I can imagine because like when we set like a timer for like 2 minutes or 5 minutes, it's like okay, and then I'm like, wait, the time is up already. Go check it. So imagine rushing for an hour and you're like, we only got 1 minute left.
Come on, you gotta hurry up.
Yep.
Do you guys have any tips for parents who probably cook in the kitchen with their kids so that how they can stay calm? Because I am not calm.
Especially for her.
I'm not calm.
Look, I hear you. I won't tell you that it's not stressful because it is stressful.
It is.
And especially her mom too. So she's like literally scared anytime I go into the kitchen and cook.
Right.
Always scared.
So I taught home economics in high school on a high school level. So I'm used to having kids in the kitchen, you know, like 30 kids in a classroom that has 5 kitchens in it. And, you know, we spent the last 2 weeks getting ready to make whatever we're making. So it wasn't necessarily having kids in the kitchen as much as it was making sure that they knew what they were doing enough that I don't have to stand right there and say, you know, don't put the towel on the stove, on the burner, you know what I mean, to start a fire. Right. You know what I mean? So more than anything, I think it was just one, knowing that you have the patience that evening to have a kid in the kitchen with you, and two, just expecting for there to be spills and messes and mess ups because they learn so much when that happens. There's stuff that you won't think to teach them. You know, like if you do burn something, you can peel a potato. You know, if you over salt something, you can put a potato in it, a peeled potato, and let it cook, and the potato will draw the sodium out. So those
we never knew that. We never knew that.
I didn't know that.
Thank you for that. We never
Absolutely. Don't eat the potato because it's gonna be salty.
Don't.
But, yep. Those are kind of things you just don't think to talk about until it happens. Right. So the messes and disasters are actually really great teaching moments.
Mm-hmm. Because it can help them know what they have to do better if they do it another time. So they know their mistake so they can fix that the next time they cook it.
Yep. Exactly.
Correct. Because you learn the best when you make mistakes.
I'm going to trade. I'm going to switch her for you.
You can take her. Go ahead. Can you guys talk about one time when something has gone crazy wrong in your kitchen at home, where you guys have been stressed out?
Well, let me share a story. So, one time, what?
Oh, well, I'm trying to figure out what you're talking about.
She stressed me out because she cut herself. She decided that she was gonna. What were you peeling potatoes or something? We like to make fried potatoes.
This was apples.
It was apples, fried apples. It was fried apples. So we like fried potatoes, we like fried apples. But I'm unique. I like when you want to fry something, I want it crunchy, right? It's not my fault.
You can't make crunchy apples, so he's talking about potatoes.
You were cooking what?
I was cooking apples.
Okay, cooking. Okay, she was frying apples. And so she does it in a very crazy way, right? So she
you want me to tell the story?
It's crazy how she cuts the apples. It's crazy. She cuts the apples in a very professional way, but she does it in one of those, like, you got to be on point with it. Because if you're not on point with your cutting skills, and one day, I don't know how she did it, but she cut really deep between her thumb and what's this, the index finger? Mm-hmm. And I mean, she screamed.
It hurt so bad.
I'm on my way out the door. Half my body's out the door. And she's screaming. I'm like, what? You know? And I come around the corner and she's like, I cut my hand off or something like that. But then we rush her to the ER and I
got stitches.
Oh. She got stitches.
The knife slipped through, so I was trying to core the stem out of the apple and that whole bit. And I was pushing too hard. not thinking the knife is gonna slip through the flesh of the apple, and I shoved the knife right down. Yeah.
Oh my
It hurt.
god.
It's terrible. Thank you, son. Thank
Yeah,
you.
my stomach hurts.
No, we didn't eat apples that day.
I mean, I don't think you ate the apples that day. Oh, that sucks.
That's really sad.
Okay.
I want to do this one.
Oh, okay. I'm
There's
sorry.
one thing I want to highlight that's Dad did during the show.
So, I'm like, ooh, where did my thought just go? Okay, so during the show, I forgot what episode it was. It was one episode, Dad was working on something, and then he was just like really lost and confused and didn't know what he was doing next. And he stopped and was just like, and he did this thing that a lot of people would see as, oh no, it was just a small thing that he did in the kitchen. But not realizing that it's a lot bigger than just a small thing. Dad, you want to tell us what you did? Do you remember what I'm talking about?
Are you talking about the avocado ice cream?
I don't remember what food it was.
Was that
I
avocado
just
ice cream?
remember.
Which family were they competing
I
against?
don't, girl. The way my memory is set up is not that great.
So
I
it
couldn't
was an
remember
avocado.
I couldn't remember which episode they were in if you would have remembered the family they were competing against.
I'm sorry.
So
But yeah,
if it
so
was an avocado, if it was an avocado ice cream, we were making Baymax then, right?
Mm-hmm.
Yes.
We were making Baymax, and obviously, in order to make ice cream, it has to be cold, right?
Right.
So we had to use frozen avocado in avocado chunks, and you have to whip it up. Not whip it up, but in the ice cream. What's it, the ice cream maker? The food processor. The food processor, you know, you pour it in the heavy cream to get it loosened up to get a good texture on it, right? You want to correct me about something? No. Okay.
Yeah, I do.
He really looked like he wanted to.
So I couldn't get the chunks to get into the right texture, so I could pass it to you, right?
No.
Whatever. To pass it to Michael so he could finish off the ice cream part of it. And so basically, like I said, our philosophy as a family in anything that we do is you stick to your strengths, right? You're talented in a certain area for a certain reason that other people could benefit, right? So I'm strong at certain things. Usually I'm strong at processing through challenges, right? So whereas let's say for food instance, she's definitely the best cook in our family for sure, by far.
No.
Right?
No. I'm the best. I'm the best griller, cook, baker. I'm better.
No.
You're obviously the all-around best cook in the family because I decided that I didn't really want to be a top-notch chef. But if I wanted to be a top-notch chef, all right. But anyway, so I you know, at the end of the day, she's the best cook. So look, I'm going to go to the person who's talented in this. I'm going to go to the person who has the strength in this, and I'm going to let her be my leader, right? She's a leader in this area for our family, so I'm going to go to the leader, and I'm going to be a good follower, and you know, hopefully that's I answer your question.
Yes, you are. Go ahead, you want to hit the, you said you had a question?
Yeah.
I hit it already. You want to?
I wanted to say that when did Michael start making this story?
Okay, give me 1 second. Okay, so, well, that was going to be my next question is, do you guys normally ask for help at home? Because I know a lot of people are like, they look at it like, oh my God, I'm doing this and we're on TV and now I have to ask for help. Like, how does that make me look? Like, do I not look okay? But lots of times, kids also don't want to ask for help. Like I said, I used to work with kids and then I have a kid and it's really hard for them to ask for help. So to watch an adult on TV say, hey, I'm a little confused right now. This is not coming out right. I'm going to pass it on to you so you can do it so we can keep moving and not stay stressed. That was really awesome to see. Do you guys normally ask for help at home?
Do we normally do that? Do we all? Yeah. I mean, do you normally ask for help?
Yeah, like if
I need help.
No, not from you, cause if we're cooking something, then I'll ask mommy like what to do. Also, my mom always asks me to like if I'm tasting something, she'll ask me to taste something like does it need salt, does it need pepper, does it need paprika.
Yeah. Yeah, we always lean on each other. Go ahead, Gabriel.
Also, not in cooking. Oh wait, no. Oh man.
No,
Don't
say
take
that.
it the
Say
wrong
it.
way. Not in cooking. I will ask my dad for help. Yes, I will ask my dad for help. Like if he like figuring out whether like one of my comic storylines are good or not, or like if I need to fix something up, or yeah, stuff like that. I would ask him.
So I taught you how to draw.
No, that's not what I was saying.
That's not what he asked for help about. That's awesome though, because I know it took
Can
me
I throw a
a
caveat
really
in
long
real
time.
quick? I just want the world to know. I can cook. Okay, don't. She's the best cook. I don't mind that, but I can cook. I
I
can.
believe you.
Hmm.
I totally believe you.
Oh yeah. Also, he cooks delicious eggs
And chicken wings.
and chicken wings.
Ooh, eggs.
Yummy. That's pretty much the only thing I usually make in the morning. Egg.
Yep. Okay, so going back to Baymax and the avocado ice cream, which I hope y'all heard, they said avocado ice cream, and I don't even eat avocado by itself,
But it's kind
let
of.
alone an ice cream.
It sounds good to me. I've never had avocado before, but it
Okay.
sounds good to me.
Okay, so they gonna make it for you then, because
Please, I really want to taste
you don't
it.
even eat regular avocado. You just like the fact that it says ice cream in it, right? Okay, so go ahead. You can ask the
What's
question.
the weirdest thing you guys have made?
I would say one of the weirdest things that we eat is French fries dipped into ice cream.
Frosting.
can't
Not
do
saying
that
ice
anymore.
cream.
That's not weird. No,
But
I ain't
when you
weird.
frost
It's not weird. I do that in New York
Okay,
all the
to
time.
me, that's
To you,
really weird.
I know.
Thank you.
People who do that.
Why would you put a hot, salty French fry in a cold, sweet
Here's
dessert?
the thing though, guys.
Delicious.
I don't know. I don't do it.
It's Mike. We love it. The three of us love it. He doesn't.
I
But
don't
you
do
He
it.
has
should
never
try
tried
it.
it.
You can try it the next time.
And then when he does try it, he's gonna be asking for it, but he's also gonna say he doesn't like it at the same time.
I'm like,
Yeah.
It's the salty and the sweet, the hot and the cold. I'm telling you, it's delicious.
Too much.
Yeah, I don't like it either. I don't do it. But I know people who do
Yeah, like
it. I
it
just
just,
don't.
to me and Gabriel, it just sounds weird, plainly. Plainly, it just sounds weird.
Just sounds weird.
Ice cream
You're
and
weird.
french fries?
That's okay.
Another weird thing that I eat that I'm gonna have to kidnap her one day and force her to chew. I make a half sweet potato, half pumpkin pie mixed together.
Hmm?
Yeah. It's innovation. The
It
Steve
is.
Jobs up
Oh my
pies.
god.
It is. For people who like those things, because I know everyone else is just like, one or the other.
one.
One or the other.
It's good. I think we put it on Platt Family Chef, a picture of me making that pie. So what happens, I love both. And when I was growing up, I needed to have my own. My mom would make it, but I love sweet potato and pumpkin pie so much that I needed to have my own pie to myself. And my mom she was like, I'm not going to make 3 pies, right? The amount of work from scratch. So she started mixing it together and never really told me until one day. I'm like, how do you do it? And she told me. She just started mixing the two together.
Oh,
and
wow.
I love it. I love it.
That's smart.
I have to admit, it does taste good.
Does it?
It tastes like sweet potato pie that's like a little more fresh than regular.
I'm going with you guys.
It's
See?
good.
It sounds. How do you put a sweet potato with a pumpkin? That
I don't
doesn't
eat-
make sense.
I don't eat either pie.
It doesn't
So
eat me neither, so. I don't even eat the potatoes, the fried potatoes mom makes.
fried potatoes. Okay. So we have about one more question before we go through the comments. And it's, what was your question before I asked this last question?
My question's for you. When was the first time you started making the desserts? When was the first time you made dessert?
The first time that I started making
was never when I asked him to come in here and do something for me. That's the first time I made dessert. But anyway, the first time that I made dessert was I remember like the first cake that I made was a cake with my grandmother. It was like an almond joy cake. It sounds really fancy, but it was basically we were making a chocolate cake, and then we found some almond joy icing that was like in her pantry, and then we iced the cake with the almond joy icing. She got from like Shoppers or someplace. We iced it with like a plastic butter knife, but it was delicious.
Sounds good.
It does.
Does it?
It does.
Yeah.
Coconut.
The sweet potato and pumpkin pie sound good?
No.
Oh.
The first dessert Michael has made sounds good.
More for me.
Okay, so last question for you guys. Are you guys making anything new during this lockdown while we're all stuck in the house?
Yes.
Unless you guys have opened up yet, but we're still stuck in the house over here.
Yeah.
So, interestingly enough, we had started working on, because I'm always asking the boys to come and taste. You know, if I make something, taste this. Does it need salt? Does it need pepper? Is it missing something? And so we were talking about, this is the teacher in me, the just can't stop teaching. As you know, you work with kids, you just can't stop.
Yep.
So we were talking about flavor profiles and how to develop a dish, you know, so that it has some complexity. It's not just flat, it's just salty or it's just sweet. Right. So we're talking about salty, sweet, spicy, sour, bitter, all like the taste buds, and how to do a flavor profile. So at some point somebody had this idea, and we were like, we should make some seasonings, because that would make it easier. Instead of trying to add this and add that and add this, what if we just did seasonings that kind of matched up with the flavor profiles? Right. So we kind of tinkered around with it a little bit, but then quarantine happened and we were staying at home, order and all that. It gave us a bunch of time to kind of work out the seasonings. So we perfected the savory seasoning, a sweet seasoning, spicy, and tangy. Which tangy is Gabriel's absolute favorite. He puts it on everything.
No, I put on peanuts and it tastes so good.
Oh my!
He puts it on
I
everything.
would like that sweet spice. I like the sweet one.
You know which one I
Yep.
want.
Savory peanuts.
So we have those.
One.
Yes, the spicy one. So the spicy one has like 4 different chilies in it. So it's not just flat heat. It kind of like creeps up on you. It's delicious.
So right.
Yep. So we have those 4 seasonings, Platt Family Chef seasonings, and our desire is for families to mix them. You know, so let's say you're making like Brussels sprouts, something that some people absolutely don't want to eat.
That is the disgusting thing on earth.
That is disgusting.
But what
Thank
you
you,
could do is
Gabriel.
take.
It's nasty, even though like people say it tastes like mini cabbage. It tastes like cabbage.
It
at
does
all.
taste like mini
It
nuggets.
tastes nasty.
Disgusting.
You take the Brussels sprouts, cut them in half, and broil them. So don't put them in water, because that makes them soft and slimy. But broil them. So you want to cover them with a little bit of oil, a little bit of tangy seasoning, and a little bit of spicy seasoning, and broil them. Absolutely delicious.
Some crazy
in them. Delicious.
So you'll never make me that.
You listen. So how we started getting you to eat carrots? What I'll do is I'll sprinkle adobo right on the carrot, and she'll eat all the carrots.
There we go.
If you put some seasoning on your Brussels sprouts, you're gonna eat them.
I'm still never gonna.
You're gonna eat them. Just watch.
Yes.
You should try it. You know what? I think we'll send you some so you can try it out.
We should send
See?
y'all.
We should come over sometime, and then we'd all make one whole dish together.
Awesome. So yeah,
And me and Gabriel would make dessert. You would totally make dessert.
Good luck, sir. She helps though, so she's good.
Yeah.
She's useful.
I really like making desserts.
Awesome. So outside of we've been making the seasonings, but the purpose that we make the seasonings is that so Michael has his company, Gabriel has his company, and my wife and I, we do things too, but our mission as a family is to create things that impact other people's lives.
Things
that give. So like for instance, Michael, his business is every time you buy desserts from him, he matches that with money or with desserts to homeless shelters that we built a relationship with in the DC, Maryland, Virginia area. Gabriel, every time you buy his comic books or merchandise, that money goes towards buying instruments for kids who want to pursue their potential. And so with the Platt Family Seasonings, every time you purchase those seasonings from us, we actually donate to World Central Kitchen. Sorry, started by a very famous chef here in the D.C., Maryland, Virginia area, Jose Andres, and we love him. We've been to multiple of his restaurants. He's the biggest guy in this area. He loves cooking and giving, and that's our same passion. Our same passion is to create so that we can give to other people.
Yeah,
That's awesome.
World Central Kitchen. They show up whenever there's a disaster. Whenever there's some place where something has happened, a hurricane, a tornado, they show up and feed them, because you don't think about that. Like, people are dealing with a hurricane, you think about their housing, but you don't always think about the fact they need breakfast, lunch, and dinner. Right. You know, World Central Kitchen, and they mobilize the chefs in that area to, you know, to give and to feed those people. So we just absolutely love their mission. So we're happy to support that. Yeah.
That is awesome.
Maybe we should try.
Mm-hmm.
But I would do it for, like, Michael, for homeless.
Mm-hmm.
No,
yeah, because you were just talking about doing that.
Yeah.
And fundraising for homeless, because the school is starting to fundraise for Black Lives Matters movement because of what just happened. And so she was like, "Oh, well, what about homeless people as well?" So she'll probably get into that this summer. And
let us know.
I probably like do it just like Michael. So
You're her favorite, clearly. Can you tell? It's because she likes to bake.
Yeah.
Are there any questions you have for us before I go check the comments and see what people have said?
Yes, I have a question. So I saw you all. So I saw you all do show reviews on Netflix and Hulu, and like just like movies and like just everything. So I was wondering, what did you think about? Let's see. For A Letter for the King, did you all watch the whole season?
Oh, she didn't watch it. I watched it.
I don't even know what it is.
All
right.
You want to tell us about the show? Go ahead. You probably know better.
Yeah. So I was gonna ask, what did you think? Are you ready? All right. You want me to wait?
No, go.
All right. So what did you think about like that big twist where, I forgot his name because I watched it like a while ago, where the boy, he didn't have powers. The girl actually had one. The princess actually had them.
Ah, okay. I remember. I'm like trying to rack my brain to remember because it was so long ago. Okay, so for those of you that don't know, The Letter of the King is about a boy who is trying to become a knight, and then magically he's like into this competition. There's magic in there. I didn't even know there was going to be magic in it. I was just so confused on how all of that got into it.
Okay, I'm going to totally watch it because this sounds so cool.
It is so much cooler than you think when you hear The Letter for the King. You're like, because when I first heard it, I didn't want to watch it. And then I watched the first episode because I said I have to review it.
It sounds...
And it was really, really good. And so as you're saying is, instead, so the whole time, I don't want to spoil it, but the whole time you watch the show, they talk about the savior, I guess. I don't remember if that was the word they used. And
it's like
that person has powers.
Prophecy.
Okay, like...
And you watch something happen when he's in the shot when the powers go off. And so it looks like he has the powers. And then later on you find out that it's not him.
But it's the princesses
it's
who has it?
It's the friend that has the powers. And that is probably one of the best switches and plot twists I've seen on Netflix.
Like,
since.
I was like in disbelief. Like, I was like,
because what? The whole time it looks like it's him. And then it's like, oh no, it's the girl. But I mean, there's also a whole racial issue on that as well with the white savior and why the girl got the powers instead of the black boy got the powers. So, I mean, a lot of people would probably argue on that point of the white savior. There's that always seems to be an issue in shows and movies with black people is there's always a counterpart that's saving the day instead of that black person. But that was definitely a really good twist. And I'm really glad I watched that show. So thank you.
Gabriel was he woke me up to tell me about this twist. He was like,
right,
I don't blame him. I was up at like 2 a.m. in the morning binging the entire show. So yeah, you were asleep. Don't worry. Okay. Any more questions?
How did you guys feel about how were you inspired from BR Chef?
That's a good one. You go ahead.
I was inspired because I really like to cook. So a cooking competition helps me learn new dishes I could try out, and especially from you guys, I liked all your desserts.
Oh, thank you.
Especially because I like desserts. Right now, I have like ice cream and popsicles in the freezer right now. So, I really like my ice cream, especially because it's cookie dough ice cream, and there's like brownie parts and chocolate chips.
We ain't make
and
this,
cookie
just so
dough.
y'all know.
Oh my
And
gosh,
cookie
that sounds so
dough, so-
good.
We ain't make this, just so you know.
Yeah.
This is store-bought ice cream, though.
Yeah, but it tastes really good.
But yeah.
It sounds
So,
delicious.
It is. It really is.
she loves cooking, so I always try to watch cooking shows with her because that's kind of how we got the idea of starting to teach her young. I was raised to not be in the kitchen, and it was always like, I'm doing something, go, 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 go. I like, mom, as she said, my mom is fearful of her getting burned in the kitchen a lot. And then we watched MasterChef and saw kids her age cooking.
So,
And it was like, all right, if they can make all these dishes and I can't even make them, she can learn how to cook some eggs or make some macaroni right in the pot. Like, so cooking shows have helped us with her. This particular show has inspired, I guess, because that's why I brought up like you guys staying calm and you guys being silly in the kitchen. Because I see myself in that as well. Like, I can't stay calm. If you talk to people, they know, like, I freak out a lot. So for the last like year or two, I've been slowly teaching myself not to freak out when certain things happen and to just like power through moments and to watch you guys like say, all right, I need help, or this is happening, and like you guys aren't freaking out, but I'm sitting on the bed like they only got 3 minutes and something is gonna burn. I need them to go. Right? So you guys are calm, but I am totally freaking out.
She was really freaking out when you got that time. She was literally freaking out because she was scared something might burn.
Because we didn't want you guys to lose. You understand?
Yeah.
Like, we were
Thank
for you
you.
guys.
We appreciate it.
So
We didn't want to lose either.
That's
right.
why I was so.
Appreciate it.
That's why I
Oh,
was sad.
If we talk about that, that's why she
That's-
cried.
that's
I don't know
why.
if you guys saw the tweet, but she legit cried when she
Aw.
saw that you guys didn't go to the final. She was like, "Mommy, I just wanted them to go," and I was just like, I have never seen her cry over a show ever.
Aw.
And she cried, and then she came and like she had to sit with me to watch the next episode because she like didn't want to watch it.
Aw.
And then for the finale, she brought it up again and was like, I wish they had won. And I was just like, she's not letting it go. So yeah.
I was actually really happy to see you guys when you were in the finals because you got to taste it.
All right.
Oh,
Yes,
I remember a question. What was when the the Wells and the Robbins family went against? Which was your favorite? Which one was your favorite?
Ooh, good question. Look
In the
at
finals,
you.
their question is what they cooked. What was our favorite between what they cooked
Yeah.
in the
The
finals?
finale.
Yeah.
The
I think that they did.
Cooked and you got to taste it. Which was your favorite? And
Man, I think they did a really great job. They were very completely different dishes. One was a lemon tart, right? That's what the Wells cooked. And actually, that was my first time actually ever having a lemon tart.
I'm
lemon
meringue pie all the
He has made it meringue.
He's like, what?
Lemon meringue is not a lemon tart.
They didn't make a lemon tart. They made a deconstructed lemon meringue.
I just got finished asking, was it a lemon tart? Y'all said yeah.
You didn't let us answer.
They made completely different dishes from each other.
Yes.
And I think they did really well. The baklava was good. I've had baklava before, and I'm a coffee snob, so the coffee was good. I just think they were completely different from one another.
Right.
I like their
so I feel
baklava
like-
because
You
it
want
was
to taste
from.
it?
I know, but it was from Aladdin, and I really like that movie. So they got the idea to make baklava from when the genie said more baklava.
Right.
So and then they put columns when he's saying column A and B. So it was very creative from the movie.
Yeah.
They got their idea from the movie.
Yeah. Yeah, the lemon curd on the Who am I thinking about? The lemon curd on the Wells was they folded in whipped cream, so it made the lemon curd very smooth. I mean, it was still tart, but it was very, very smooth. Which Michael doesn't normally do that. He normally leaves his lemon curd, very, very tart and bright. So they were just really, really different dishes. And they were both actually really good. I don't know how the judges made the decision they made, to be honest with you, because they were both excellent dishes, and in terms of like technical skill, they were both the same in terms of technical skill. So it was a very hard decision. I'm glad we didn't have to judge it.
Yeah, because how would you guys choose? They were both very good.
Exactly.
Yep.
So it would be very hard to choose.
Yes.
Okay. So before you guys go, I'm gonna go through the comments just to see what people said.
I want to do it.
You wanna do it?
Yeah.
Why?
Because I want to.
Okay. You wanna do
So this
everything.
first comment
You're gonna tell all the comments.
is
We're gonna be here for
from
a while.
Kia
now. Just click it. If you
Chambers.
click it, it'll show. There you
And
go.
Hi,
she
Kia.
says,
Hey,
he
Kia.
says, cheese is life.
Cheese is not life. Wait,
And
no.
then
Cheese is life on pizza and macaroni.
one
Kia,
time,
do you know cheese is a fungus?
Tia,
It's like
No,
fungus.
It's delicious.
And then you can see. Okay, so you stay there and I'll read it. You can't even say Tanya's name.
Tanya's-
Tanya.
Tanya says, what? Cheese is gross. And she
Thanks.
faints.
Yes.
Yes.
Hi, Tanya.
Rachel says, unless it's bacon, yeah, love bacon.
On your pizza.
Yes.
Bacon and pineapples.
Hi, Platt family. Safina,
Hey, Stephanie.
Hey,
Stephanie
Stephanie.
said-
There you go.
Rachel said, that sounds delicious.
Oh, I wish I knew what
thank
she
you,
was talking
Rachel.
about. It's probably what y'all were cooking though. Tanya gonna tell me to take you to Disney.
Thank you, Tanya.
No, not taking her. One of y'all-
Hashtag take her to
Karina
Disney.
canceled my birthday plans too.
She did, Melody. Oh, we're sad.
No, you kind of had your birthday right before, but you didn't get to do everything you wanted to do. But you had a little bit of your birthday.
Shh.
It's okay.
Wait.
It's okay. Rachel.
Rachel says it's all for the gram.
Hi, Anthony.
Anthony gives you a heart.
Thanks, Anthony.
Thank you.
Jenny Mama from Twitter.
Jenny
So
says so
stressful.
stressful.
Yes, there was a lot of stress.
Yeah, it was.
So listen, it was stressful watching it, you guys. So that's how stressful it was. Okay, I got it.
Amanda says, oh no, I'm late.
It's fine. She was like 30 minutes in and probably didn't. She'll catch the replay like everyone else.
Jen,
She just laughed. Jenny laughed.
Yeah.
You can read this one. Tessa said,
Tess, that is a good tip. I didn't know that either. And being in upstate New York, I love soaked potatoes.
Oh,
mm.
it worked.
It's called potato chips.
Amen.
It's called potato chips.
Potato chips. Amanda said you're gonna get in trouble. He's gonna get in trouble
He's gonna
eventually.
get it.
Eventually. We know.
Daryl?
What else? Let me see if there's questions. Someone said about the French fries.
If-
Get a frosty from Wendy's.
Wendy's. And some fries, delicious.
No, I'm good.
Me too.
Dip that fry into some
Right
ice
into the
cream,
Wendy's.
chocolate ice cream, strawberry ice cream, and tear it up.
Strawberry ice cream?
Janae has a question.
Today!
I don't know.
I came late, but where can we expect to see you guys next?
Ooh, we can't tell you. Not yet.
Sorry,
Uh-oh.
Today, they can't tell you, but you'll have to find out for yourself.
Keep watching us.
Go
Keep watching us.
later on.
Gina, Mom,
Read this one.
Leslie says, I want to try those oatmeal golden milk cookies. Still can't believe that didn't win. They sounded amazing and new.
And she said hi
We
from
can't
Alaska.
believe it either.
We did
don't
get
know how
sponsored by Little Debbie's.
They're delicious.
It was delicious.
You guys didn't get to eat it, you said?
It sounds delicious. Please send us some. It really sounds delicious.
You want them to send you some cookies, huh?
Tanae says cheese is delicious.
It's not. Go away.
It's please, Tanae. I'm sorry, but
It's good
not.
on pizza, baked
On
macaroni and
cheese.
cheese.
Lasagna
There we go. Those things.
and baked ziti. That's the only thing cheese tastes good on.
Okay, so that is all the
Thank
comments.
you so
Those
much.
are all the questions. Thank you guys so much
Okay,
Bye.
for
thank
doing
you.
this and for
Thank you.
coming.
Thank you guys. Bye-bye. Thank you.
Bye.
Have a good
Bye,
day.
guys.
Thank you.
Bye.
Well, so I'm gonna post your links and all that stuff, and we'll
Thank you.
talk to you guys hopefully soon.
I
Okay.
think we should
Bye-bye.
come
Thank
over
you.
one
Okay,
day.
bye.
I'm trying to go over there. It's okay.
we
I'm gonna send you over there.
should
Good.
because me and Michael can make a dessert.
You and Michael and these desserts. I'm gonna send her to you so you can cook with her. There you go.
Do it.
We'll priority ship him to you guys. 2 day shipping.
All right, you guys. Thank you.
Okay,
Thank
thank
you.
you.
Bye.
Thank you.
And thank you guys for watching.
Damn, you gonna say it before I get to it. But yeah,
Bye.
thank you guys for watching the live. We will post those links in our blog post on the blog popcornandtatertots.com, so you guys can have all the Platt family links for the Instagrams, for their businesses, for the seasonings, for everything that they're doing. It'll all go on the blog. Yes, because they're not here. They're gone. They're backing up.
Yeah.
Yes, they're gonna get ready. Oh my goodness, girl.
What? I can just see it.
It's good everywhere, cheese and bacon. Hey, girl, Talea. Oh, hi, Talea. If you guys didn't see it earlier, you don't know who Talea is. Your own friend, my friend.
Oh.
Nobody wants to see your head on. Yeah, she
That's
said
her
Talea
mom.
says hi. Sit. All right, you guys.
It's Tony Dawn. I want to go back to my
Okay, bye. My daughter done left me here by myself. But thank you guys for watching.
going
If you
back to
guys
go
were
I'm going to eat my gummy hamburger.
okay, if you guys got into this late, you guys can watch the replay. We'll have all the links and everything on our blog. Thank you for watching. Have a wonderful day. Oh my gosh.
Can I go a noodle now?
Bye, guys.
Can I go a noodle now?